Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we have Evil Heroes on the Run. As you may have seen from the thumbnail, I decided to play some of these bad boys because why not? With this lack of content, we finally, I did something different, you know what I mean? No new cards, so we play what we have, and yeah. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So I'm here, of course, with the Supreme King Jaden, and the best skill that we've got, that is the power leads to destiny. So actually the change compared to the latest version that I have with this deck, that I think it's a lot old, is that I'm not focusing on the limited tree on the Xyz rank 4, so by playing Solid Soldier and Liquid Soldier in order to have at least a couple of level 4s on the field to have access to powerful monsters such as Giant Hand or Xyz Knight or who knows, Malevolent Scene and stuff like that. But instead we're focusing more on the hero part, and the hero part is favorite hero. So favorite hero is kind of a good skill, but he has two issues. The first thing is that he needs actually, if you go first, you need to have a field spell on the field in order to make its effect be applied. And second thing is that it can be equipped only to a level 5 or higher hero monster. So with this deck we kinda solves both the problems. Why? Because first, with the power leads destiny, very quick recap for all the guys who do not remember what it does. This has a couple of effects. You can reveal one card from your hand to your opponent, and if it is a normal spell card, ideally your Dark Calling, you get to send 3 Evil Hero Malicious Edge from outside of your deck to the graveyard, so that you basically have all the material to go into your, no, not Bane, but Malicious Fiend. And instead, if you reveal Super Poly, but unfortunately there is no way to search for it, you just have to hope to draw it, you set 1 Supreme King's Castle from outside your deck, and also add a Bane to your extra deck. Now Bane, it's pretty good, it's not broken. I mean, it can be destroyed by battle card effects, but it can still be targeted, so you can simply use Chalice on it, or Crackdown, or Compulsory. So maybe 1 year ago this was broken, but now it's just good. And he has a Dark Hole effect. He basically can pop all the monsters your opponent controls, and he gains 12 or 200 attack for each of those, and that's it. And this can be summoned with a level hero monster and a level 5 or higher. So this means that if you have Dark Calling in your hand and the Super Poly, you can use your Dark Calling to go directly into Malicious Bane. But of course, the ideal play will be to save your Bane, to summon him with your Super Poly, hopefully using a monster your opponent controls that could be level 5 or higher, of course. So why do we solve the issue? Because with this skill, after, guys, keep in mind, after you reveal the spell card, the normal spell card, you can summon Evil Hero Malicious Edge without tributing. So keep in mind, if you do not reveal your normal spell card, you won't be allowed to summon Malicious Edge without tributing. So thanks to the skill, we can summon this boy, that is a level 5 or higher, of course, easily equipable with favorite hero. So first problem solved. Second problem is the field spell, right? Because if we go first, we cannot wait the start of the battle phase to activate a field spell. So how do we handle this? With a Dusted Gold that basically has, we have Triple Searcher plus the card itself, because a Dusted Gold is used to look for, of course, Dark Calling, but guess what? You can just use this to add a Supreme King's Castle, because this says you can add the card that specifically lists Dark Fusion in its text, and guess what? King's Castle actually has Dark Fusion in its text, so you can add this and you're chilling with your gold and your favorite hero, of course. Triple Stratus, of course, to pop the back row, but most of all because it looks for your Dusted Gold. That can be your search for Dark Calling or the King's Castle, depending on what you're missing. And last but not least, I'm using the Crackdown Because guys, without the crackdown, actually without using limited tree trap cards, this deck struggles, of course, because it's nothing compared to the meta. But instead with this build, you can have some fun in the legend ranks. I had some wins against the top tier decks, as you will see in the replays, against BLS, against Tanny, so you can enjoy this. Crackdown helps because of course it does not only steal your opponent's monster, but also it makes you, it gives you material for your Phoenix most of the time, of course, to pop an additional back row, because that's the issue, we know that, right? For the rest of the part, we have of course triple Malicious Fiend, because we have basically 4 cards to fusion summon. We also have Dark Gaia, and you're wondering how do we summon this, because we need a rock type monster, right? Because we have Giant Hand, so we can just summon him after we manage to summon Giant Hand, and if we cannot summon him, we can just send it to the graveyard with the effect of King's Castle, so he always has a role in this deck, no worries. The other level 4, the broken one, is Exceeder Knight, of course. You can just turn the table in your favor. If you have less cards in your opponent, where you can go into an Xyz, you just go in Exceeder Knight, clear the board, and then you're chilling. That's it, guys. So if you love Evil Heroes, this is your best option for now. Of course, we will sit there waiting for more support, but who knows when this support will come. Anyway, guys, this was all for the explanation, and let's jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay, I was on a win streak right here, and it's us to go first. I actually have not that crazy hand to begin with, because I can just go Dark Calling at this point and summoning Malicious Fiend. This was kind of a brick hand, right? But stay with me. We have a couple of favorite hero, nothing more, but keep in mind these favorite hero are useless because we do not have a field spell. But guess what? This guy started with the rocket launcher, boost sector launch, then one summon to go into Void Ogre, and that's still good. A couple of set card, and then he actually set a couple of cards, but then he entered the battle phase. I don't know why, and guess what? Even if you have a monster in defense position, Malicious Fiend effect moves those in attack position and force them to attack. So I could use Supreme King's Castle, who was forced to attack, and look at that. Without even needing to go for turn 3, I just had lethal. That was very funny, because of course our opponent did not raid. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, we have Playmaker and AI, and we have basically the full combo with Super Poly and Dark Calling. So we potentially could go directly into Evil Hero Malicious Bane, but I decided to go with Fiend because I wanted to use the Super Poly. That's why I did not summon Malicious Edge, because I wanted to have a card to discard for the Super Poly. It is a Tanny, as you can see. Crackdown to steal that boy. Then he went with Adara. I'm waiting for him to summon either the Vishuda or the Ashana, so that I can actually Super Poly with those. He went with another Adara, as you can see. Shaman out the Tanny right there. Then using the effect to get the Adara back. At this point, Berserker out the Tanny that does not have a level, so we can't Super Poly. Then White Princess to go over my boy, and even if I used the boost, it was not enough, unfortunately, so we had to wait. But then again, Dark Calling, this time into the Bane, and now Bane can just clear everything, popping everything, and I'm not afraid of Shtana. I mean, even if Shtana was in the graveyard and he used the effect, he would have still not be able to pop Bane, because Bane cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. So at this point, I can just attack, but still, guys, I do not have lethal because of that freaking tree effect skill. Bastil's got nothing, he can't come back with one card. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Third duel, my boys, we have Bandit Kit. What is this about? Let's see. We have almost everything. Look at that. We have the Super Poly, right? But we miss the Dark Calling. This is Infinitrack, so I'm not gonna bother you. I'm just gonna speed things up. This guy ended up with Beatrice, but he's not done yet. He went with the Brutal Dozer, stuff like that. So he basically ended up with a couple of monsters on the field. One of them actually also with untargetable. As you can see, there's gonna be a lot of stuff all the way. The Smasher, the Tunnelier, and recycling, draw a couple of cards and a couple of sets. So this dude ended up with a boy that can't be targeted, right? Yeah, because I cannot target the machine monsters that he controls with card effect. This guy basically does nothing unless he attacks, and then there's Beatrice that can be a problem, right? So, but the issue is that these guys do not have a level, so I can't use Super Poly. So I started with Stratos, grabbing my Dusted Gold because I'm gonna add the only card that I miss, of course, is the Dark Calling, so I can reveal that and get my Malicious Edge in the graveyard. Dark Calling to begin with, and there you go. I went straight into Malicious Bane. Why? Because I wanted to pop that. He went with the Beatrice, of course, to flip down my boy. I can just set this at this point, but now keep in mind Super Poly is kinda useless because Malicious Fiend can't be summoned unless we have a Fiend type monster. So my opponent needs to summon a Fiend type monster, but I don't think it will ever happen. So heavy forward to get another card to his hand, but here comes the tricky thing. Like, this guy, I think he misplayed or what, I don't know. He went with the Heart Slicer, but he decided to pop the back row end of field spell. Instead, he could have gone for the Malicious Bane because he was set, right? So he could have popped it. But never mind, he went with this stuff again, heavy forward, attacking at this point, and he didn't even, actually now was correct not to attack this because this can't be destroyed by battle. So it's fine, okay now, but why didn't he pop it before? I don't know. He attached that as material, but guess what? I can just flip up Malicious Bane, use the effect, pop everything. But that guy actually wasn't destroyed because he can't be destroyed, I guess. I don't know for which effect he can't be destroyed. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe because of something. Okay, I cannot be sure I card effect because of Goliath. But I still have enough attack now to go over it. But still I have Malicious Bane and now equipped with a favorite hero. Spin turn to pop it, but you can't pop it. So there's nothing you can do. At this point I attacked with the Malicious Edge. Piercing damage and then 6200 to the face. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Fourth duel, my boys, we have LP Boost Alpha. Let's see what we have. It's us to go first, and I just started with Stratos grabbing the Dusted Gold. At this point, your turn one is always Malicious Fiend, hoping to have a back row, or in the best case scenario, you have a favorite hero. So turn one, this deck struggles a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That's why Crackdown helps a lot. So we have, if you really wanna try to reach cog with this, I suggest a more heavy trap version. Like, you can definitely play more trap cards and try to survive, but there's really everything about it. So we got favorite hero that is useless right now. Keep in mind that unless he enters the battle phase, he's got Ashuna to begin with. Now I wish I had the Super Poly, but he went, of course, Crackdown, of course, he's got the quick play spell, Heavenly Dragon Circle, so he just got rid of that. Vishuda now to special summon itself, so of course he's gonna use the effect of Vishuda to get rid of the favorite hero. I don't know why he targeted this. He could have targeted this to get rid of favorite hero, I don't know, honestly. So, Shaman of the Tanny, reviving actually Monk of the Tanny, attacking because now with Shaman he can pop Malicious Fiend, but that's it. So now Power Lead to Destiny because we just drew the Super Poly, then Supreme King's Castle, there you go, Malicious Edge appear, then favorite hero on my Malicious Edge, attacking the first boy, Supreme King's Castle with another boost. This boy is 6k, look at that. We're not done yet, effective favorite hero, attack again, going for lethal. That's how you OTK Tanny, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, interrupting a 6-win streak, Toons. Let's see what we have. It's again has to go first. but we have Super Poly now, so we're really chilling. Let's see what we have. Toon Invitation to begin with is grabbing a Toon to his hand, then Toon Kingdom, and then Toon Page Flip to summon a random boy. Let's see what I'm going to get. I'm gonna get the Toon Black Luster Soldier. He just tried to attack, and I can't do nothing at this point. I can't target him. I can't use the Crackdown because there's Toon Kingdom on the field, so that's gonna be tough. Then Stratos, but he's got Book of Moon. I don't know why, honestly. Guys, I swear this was in Legend rank. So I dusted gold to grab the Dark Calling, and then at this point I can just use Dark Calling. I can use Dark Calling first to get out my Malicious Fiend, and then we have Favorite Hero as well. It's got Toon Briefcase, but I can use Super Poly to dodge that. Use Ease Monster to go into Malicious Bane. We're not done yet. Favorite Hero to make my little boy have 6k attack. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. So guys, not a meta deck, not even a rogue deck. It's just if you wanna have fun with the whole heroes, that's the way. You're gonna get some wins. You're gonna get wins because of the OTK with Favorite Heroes. Favorite hero, of course, the piercing damage of Malicious Edge, and as I told you before, if you just stock up on traps, you can even have more better result. But again, I think this is pretty standard. It's not a cancer because we only have the triple crackdown and nothing more, and still is kind of cancer, but still, you know, probably understandable because it's just not even a rogue deck. Anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below if you enjoyed this idea. That's all for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.